We'll have a moment of silent meditation and pledge to the flag. Thank you. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I want to call to order this meeting of the Montegate County Commission. Let the record reflect that all three commissioners are present. First item on the agenda is consent approval with our county administrator, Renetta McClure. Good morning, Renetta.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay. We have 13 exonerations for $4,966.94. Minutes for March 17th, 2021. Vouchers, General County Fund, $40,131.44. Coal severance, $2,329.08. 911, $569.38. Chestnut Ridge Park, $10,177.80. Mason-Dixon Park, $1,334.66. Purchasing card vouchers, General County Fund, $18,282.22. 911, $212.82. Home confinement, $6,544.17. Chestnut Ridge Park, $35.98. Mason-Dixon Park, $40.14 for a voucher total of $79,667.64. We have budget revisions, one that requires in-house approval for general fund for the circuit clerk, two that will require state approval for general fund. The first one is various departments for the pay increase that was given to employees in December, and that totals $173,344. And then we also have one for emergency management for $1,121. Position vacancies for boards and authorities, the Monongalia County Planning Commission. Oh, well, I'm sorry. Those are on our website. Fiduciary orders for March 24th, 2021.
Okay, you were on a roll. I didn't want to interrupt you, but
Sorry.
under vouchers, I don't think you mentioned the assessor's valuation, that $9.95.
Oh, yeah, I missed that. $9.95.
So with that $9.95 included, do I have a motion?
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion approved. Do we have any other fiduciary orders?
No.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing.
Yes.
Next item on the agenda is the introduction of new employees, personnel changes. Jimmy Smith, 911. Morning, Jimmy.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you very much.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'd like to welcome Olivia Powell. She'll be starting as a telecommunicator, filling the vacant seat on April 1st with a starting salary of $16.30 an hour.
So moved. Seconded.
We have a first and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Thank you, Jimmy. Okay, next we have MJ Zink, Executive Director, Montegate County Youth Services Center. Let's see, MJ.
She's got a new part-time relief worker that's replacing somebody that left, Ricky Kiblinger, possibly. Let's see, she is part-time, not eligible for benefits at $10 an hour.
So moved. Second.
First and a second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, do we have any other personnel changes?
Not that I know of.
Okay, next on the agenda is comments from the public. We'll open up the comments from the public session. Do we have anybody here that would like to speak before the commission? Okay, seeing none, I'll go ahead and close comments from the public. Next item on the agenda is proclamation for Red Cross Month. Do we have someone here? Good morning.
Morning, Commissioners. Jason Keeling, Executive Director of the local chapter of American Red Cross. Appreciate you all adopting this resolution. And I guess I've been asked to read it, if I may. So for American Red Cross Month, proclamation, whereas March is American Red Cross Month, a special time to honor the kindness of our neighbors who aid families in need locally in Monongalia County, West Virginia, across the United States and around the world. Their dedication touches the lives of millions of lives each year as they carry out the organization's 140-year mission of preventing and alleviating human suffering. And whereas during the trying times of the coronavirus pandemic, people have stepped up to help others in need, whether it was responding to this year's record-breaking disasters across the country or rolling up their sleeves to give blood when our country faced a severe blood shortage. And whereas in West Virginia, local families have relied on local volunteers for comfort and hope while coping with home fires, floods, and more. The Red Cross and its local volunteers helped over 700 families impacted by home fires in West Virginia, many in Monongalia County, by addressing their urgent needs like food, lodging, and recovery support. And whereas West Virginia volunteers have supported local families in other ways too. Last year in West Virginia, the Red Cross collected over 30,000 units of life-saving blood while providing COVID-19 antibody testing to every donor, and provided nearly 3,000 services to military members, veterans, and their family. And whereas this life-saving work is vital to strengthening our community's resilience, nearly 200 years since the birth of the American Red Cross founder, Clara Barton, we dedicate this month of March to all those who continue to advance her noble legacy, and we ask others to join in their commitment to care for people in need. Now, therefore, the Monongalia County Commission dedicates March 2021 as Red Cross Month to all those who support the American Red Cross mission to prevent and alleviate human suffering in the face of emergencies. Our community depends on the American Red Cross, which relies on volunteers and the generosity of the public to perform its mission. And all of your names are undersigned. And again, just to reiterate, this proclamation is a tradition that has continued since at the national level since the time of FDR. I was last here before you 2 years ago. It's my pleasure to be back. I'm sorry it's just me, but with coronavirus, we decided not to bring a posse with us. But do want to let you know that last year we engaged 85 volunteers in this county, and we're really proud of the work that they did, notably helping to collect over 3,000 units of blood. Continue to be proud that Monongalia County is one of the largest collectors of blood in the state. And then we provided 131 case services through our Service to the Armed Forces program. There are several things that we do, but one of the primary services we offer is we're responsible for emergency communications. And so whenever there is a service member that's deployed to another area of the country or the world, and they have an emergency within their family locally, the Department of Defense tasks us with verifying there is a local emergency where they should be released. So that's one of the primary elements that we do there. And then we did provide disaster recovery services to 17 families last year in the aftermath of home fires in this county. And so our volunteers are there to ensure clients have their immediate needs met, that they have shelter, clothing, food, replacement of lost medication, eyeglasses, and perhaps most important, emotional support. We seek to be the best part of what may be someone's worst day and help them make a plan for how to recover. And then lastly, we offer, of course, numerous CPR first aid courses provided to ensure community members are better prepared in the event of a medical emergency. And so we obviously are headquartered here in Morgantown on Pineview Drive and serving this county, and then frankly 18 other counties in other parts of West Virginia. And also, it's worth noting, our geography changed a little bit, and we're actually in this chapter serving Allegheny and Garrett County as well. So just a little nuance there that you might not have been aware of. So thank you very much. If you got any questions, otherwise I appreciate again your time.
Do I have a motion to approve the proclamation?
So moved.
Okay, we have a second?
Second.
Okay. I'm just curious, in the past year with COVID, is your collections down?
Actually, to the best of my understanding, we are about at parity with what we've normally been. The American public has been amazing to come out and support during this time of need. That was aided by the fact that we have been doing COVID antibody testing with every donation, so perhaps that did also act as an incentive for folks to come out. And then we also have collected what we call convalescent plasma. So a person who's fully recovered from COVID who donates, we can then provide that plasma to someone who is suffering from COVID to help them better recover. And I can't tell you the medical aspects of how that works. I'm actually curious myself, but nonetheless, notable about how we've modified some of our service delivery.
That's what I was going to ask, because I heard it was a premium of somebody that had COVID to give blood. That doesn't work with somebody just simply vaccinated?
To my knowledge, no.
And the other part of it is most of participation, again, just my perspective, comes from people like workplace collections. And with nobody going to work, I just was curious how collections were, so that's good to hear that it's still keeping up.
Yeah, and I don't deal directly with collections as much, but I do know that we are very happy and appreciative of where we have been able to. In the initial weeks, it went down, but then the public started to adapt. We started to adapt in the way that we were actually conducting our drives to make sure that they were as safe and socially distant, etc. And I've continued to do so since. So, yeah.
Yeah, I just question, are you involved or will you be involved with anything with the Ramada Inn project? The reason why I say that is the commissioner's been looking at one of the goals in the next year or two is to see what all the nonprofits are doing, how they can work together. And my recommendation would be you should be an integral part. Not that you have to be there, but you may want to call Ron Justice and find out, because I believe real soon they're going to try and get all these parties together, and I think you'd be an integral part.
Okay.
So it's something you might want to consider.
Okay. And remind me, Mr. Justice is...
He's the liaison for W.
Okay.
I'll get you that name and number.
Okay, I would appreciate that.
But I think it's something that would be worth looking at.
He's also just very involved in that
Yes.
project due to his affiliation with W and his affiliation with or a close relationship with the Hazel Ruby McQueen Foundation, which.
And so often what we end up doing is we end up acting as an agency that refers clients to other agencies as appropriate.
Exactly.
But as you're saying, just to be part of that mix and be able to participate.
Or at least in the conversation.
Yeah, and we are also having a sobering center up there. And I don't know how, but you may, so this is the kind of thing that we could, rather than you be on the outside, I'd rather see you part of the inside making decisions, so we don't go to you. You would have already said, well, here's the best way to do it. So I think you're an integral part, and I would like to see you.
Sounds good. Yeah.
Okay.
Commissioner, thank you. And if you'll forward me
I
that
will.
information.
Jeff, do you have anything?
Nope.
Okay. So we have a first and a second. All those in favor of signing the proclamation, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Would you like a picture?
If you want to offer, do you have anyone that can take a picture?
Sure. Yes, we do.
Yes.
Just come down there.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Here. Okay, there we go.
This thing here.
Ready? I took 3.
Okay, awesome. Hey, thanks again. Thank you very much.
In reverse, yeah. That was, I couldn't say it in reverse.
All right. Continuing on with the agenda, Colleen Kuhn, grants? None? Okay. Okay, correspondence. Do we have any correspondence?
I do not.
Okay. Unfinished business? None. New business. To consider for approval the proposal received from Electronic Specialty Company regarding proposed camera updates to the Sheriff's Department, Motor Pool, and K-9 Center. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
A second?
Seconded.
Okay, this is for $37,057. It's the proposal from Electronic Specialty Company. It's for additional cameras and software upgrades for the sheriff's office, cover areas of the sheriff's office, the impound yard, and the animal shelter camera. Jeff from our IT department's here. Jeff, anything else you want to add?
Commissioner, you do also have a quote for a new Power Edge server?
Yes.
Yes, server
Yes.
for $6,750.
Okay, I'll
The
just
company's
do that one separately then.
Okay, sorry.
Good morning. No, I didn't have anything else to add to that. I just wanted to be here if you had any questions.
Okay, so we have a first and a second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, related to this, we have a quote for how much?
$6,750.
For an additional server that will be required to run this. Do I have a
So moved.
second? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Okay, both are approved.
Where is that server going to be located? Is that
That-
not over there, right?
No, it'll be located at the sheriff's office.
So you could see, okay, that's what I thought. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, to consider for approval requisition number 39 for the Morgantown Industrial Park Series 2017A Phase 2 Project Fund.
The requisition is for $416,807.53, and those funds will be paid to Morgantown Utility Board, Adrian Enterprises, Thrasher Engineering, and Mon Power.
Okay, do I have a first?
So moved.
Seconded.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Consideration of appointment to the Monongalia County Planning Commission.
Vince Putakowski, I believe I'm saying that right, I'm not sure, is already serving on the Planning Commission and would like to be reappointed to a 3-year term.
Okay, do I have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Okay, first and second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Okay. And I did check with Matt Ridgway, who's the president of the Planning Commission, and asked him if he had any issues with reappointment, and he said he was a good addition. He was a good participant, and he was in favor of reappointing him. To consider for approval requisition number 45 for the University Town Center Series 2017 Administrative Expense Fund.
Requisition is for $1,730, and those funds will be paid to MuniCap for their services.
Do I have a
So
motion?
moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right. Reports from elected officials and/or department supervisors. Do you have anybody who'd like to report? Okay. We'll move on to reports from county commissioners. Jeff?
I have nothing.
Okay. Tom?
First, I just want to congratulate Hotel Morgan for their grand reopening. I hope that will stimulate more business down there and on that side of High Street. I think that's a great thing. Second, I want to say I'm glad the governor came up here to Mon County, and that's all I'll say about that. This afternoon, we will be meeting with DOH. I did just receive a message from Mike Cronin. He unfortunately will not be able to be here, who's the acting district floor manager, but he is sending some other people, so they will still be here. And I do also want to note to the public that I did submit 26 roads, as I stated, and I'll give you copies. Here's to the roads, and there were also some questions that I submitted that we will discuss. And the final thing is, I want to thank the West Virginia Black Bears and the community. We did have our large food giveaway at several places on Saturday. And to give you a concept of what we are now doing in Mon County with Pantry Plus More, the city of Pittsburgh is 1.7 million people, and they once a month roughly do 1,000 boxes of food given out. We are 109,000 community. Last week, we did 655 families, and we do that weekly. Now, I'm not pleased that the number's going up. It actually should be going down, but I am pleased that the volunteers and the community give to us so we're able to help those who are less fortunate. And I just wanted to say that. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Since our last meeting, last Thursday, had a Mylan Park Foundation Executive Board meeting, and then last Thursday night we had our MMPO meeting. Friday, we had staff reports, budget hearings. We had our broadband team met to discuss the technical evaluations of the proposals that we received. In the afternoon, I went and got my COVID shot, and I want to throw my thanks out to everybody, the W Hospitals, Albert Wright, Dr. Smith with the Health Department, Dave Goldberg with Mon Health, everybody that worked to bring that center together, this year's center. Heard nothing but compliments about the efficiency. And it really is, I mean, from the time you walk in, you don't sit down till you take your shot, and then you only sit down briefly, and then you get up, and then you go sit down for 15 minutes, and then you're out of there. And it was just a constant. They probably ran about 4,000 through that day, and it just was so smooth. So if the rest of the state could work, and if they utilize us to, help vaccinate our way out of this pandemic. Then after that, I had a meeting call with the Department of Transportation regarding the Exit 155 project, and I'll be talking with the. We'll talk more about that later this afternoon. Monday, we had budget prep meetings. Today's a regular day, but at 11 o'clock, we have the airport groundbreaking, the runway extension groundbreaking, which after 4 years of working on the runway extension development committee, I'm actually happy to finally see Earth being moved. Tomorrow I have Mon County Health Department Board of Health meeting, and Friday we have staff reports and broadband initiative follow-up. In general, I wanted to, again, thank everybody that's involved with that Sears Center, the employees, everybody. It just is really as a credit to this county and what we can do when we pull together. I did forget last week when I mentioned the Technical Evaluation Committee. At the time, our citizen participant hadn't said that he was going to participate. But we will have a citizen. He did find time with his schedule, and we do have Dave Shrewsbury, who's been our citizen participant in our group, will be participating in the tech review. So I want to make sure I mentioned everybody else's name. I want to make sure I mentioned that. And the last thing I'd like to mention, I mentioned earlier we had our MMPO meeting last Thursday, and in that meeting we had an agenda item to write a letter to Judge Gajot about some projects that were in the legal system that have been delaying two main projects here in town. That's the Monongalia widening and the Collins Ferry roundabout. We wanted, the letter was meant as a status so that we can then take that information and go back to DOH, because for the longest time DOH has been telling us the legal system is a problem. So I did relay that information in the meeting. Ben, your article was completely accurate, but I didn't expect that the headline and first line was Mon County says, or DOH says, do your job. So I reached out immediately to Judge Gajot, who was on vacation, but was aware of the article, and we had a good discussion, and I explained what we were attempting to do. We were trying to get a status. We were trying to push it. If these projects have been languishing in Mon County, if the problem's on our own, then we need to take care of it, and we've done that. When the city had a delay with some of their permitting stuff, or it was the power company, we reached out and pushed those people to move the project along. And I did not mean any ill will to Judge Gajot. We just wanted a status. And so I did go on the radio last Friday and basically say the same thing I'm saying now. And I told Judge Gajot that I would make sure that in the public record that, the intent wasn't there. We just wanted to make sure that we brought the focus to the items that were sitting in the legal system. So he was very thankful that I addressed it so quickly. I said, if I'd known it was going to hit the paper, I would have told you before we did the letter and brought it to his attention before we ever wrote the letter. But I didn't realize Ben was so efficient. So anyhow, I just wanted to make sure that I, again, corrected that for public record, that we were just trying to get a status. I wasn't personally making a comment on where these things stood or who was to blame. I'm sure that most of the blame is probably still on the Department of Highways, like it usually is. But again, when they're saying that we're delaying something, we'll take care of our own, we'll push our own along to get these projects moving, and then we expect the state to do their part and get the projects finalized. So that's all I have. You guys have anything else?
No. Move to adjourn.
Second, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, we're adjourned.